I want to talk about YouTube itself, and this is nothing political. I just think that Google or YouTube itself has had way, way, way too many problems as a service that's the top dog. I mean, it is the number one video hosting site in the world. There's nobody even close. And I think that's an issue for Google because I think that has made Google very, very, very complacent in how they run business with YouTube. I remember a time in YouTube where, and I don't have an issue with this rule that came about, I want to say last summer, 2017, where there used to be a time where anybody could become a YouTube partner and they could monetize videos. They changed that to you have to have, I believe, 1,000 subscribers, I think is the mark, and like 10,000 all-time views or something like that to get monetized. I don't have an issue with that. I think that it's going to encourage creators to be better and find ways to make better content and useful content, and I don't have an issue with that. I think that's a great idea. But the way that advertising has changed in 2018 has been just ridiculous. And they've actually come out and said certain things will not make you money, and certain things have to be advertiser friendly. But this is the problem I've had with YouTube. It's gone to a system where it doesn't focus on creators anymore, and it focuses on advertisers and it focuses on money. And I get it. It is a free service. It's a free website. You got to make money, and you got to seize advertisements to make money on that. I totally understand that. But the minute you start making creators have to censor themselves to make money, it's not right, because that's the whole appeal of new media. That's the whole appeal of podcasts and YouTube, is because you don't have to play by the FCC rules. So you can say whatever you want. Well, I guess unless you're against Alex Jones, but you can say whatever you want and do whatever you want. And nobody's there to. There's no gatekeeper there. And then because of advertisements, Google became that gatekeeper. You can't, I don't know if this is still true, but you can't say gun in a video. It could get demonetized. And it could be a training. It could be hunter safety training. It could be teaching you how to shoot a gun, teaching you how to load a gun, whatever it may be. It could be completely educational, and you could still lose money because gun is in the title. Because gun is such a trigger warning that advertisers are like, oh, it says gun in the title. We don't want to touch it. Not all, but most are going to be like, yeah, I don't want to touch it. It says gun. Everybody's still pretty angry about guns in the Second Amendment. I don't want to touch it. So then people lose money on that. And it could even be something where it's a podcast or a roundtable discussion, an educational, civil discussion. I know those are hard to find nowadays on YouTube, and it wouldn't make money. It's silly to me. And then they're trying to say, well, if you want to make more money, don't cuss. And I was like, fuck that. I'm going to cuss. Let me swear. If someone doesn't want me to swear, doesn't like me swearing, they don't have to listen to it. But why should an advertiser pull out of that? Because a lot of people swearing, they're appealing. And I think what's happened with the issues with monetization and demonetization, I mean, I've seen so many YouTubers on Twitter complaining about the process and the manual process, the manual reviewing process, or whatever it may be, all these issues where things aren't, it's a copyright claim, but this doesn't own by somebody, or this, that, and there's so much crap. And then you top on the algorithm that if you're doing a live stream, you're trying to get it out there, good luck, because the YouTube algorithms don't work properly. And then I mean, the hits just keep coming with YouTube. Then they try to do something good where they try to purge fake accounts. I'm okay, totally cool with that. Do that. Purge the fake subscribers, whatever. But then it starts purging real people, and it purges real subscribers. And I was like, okay, so how does it's got to be based on activity, right? Like watch time. You don't have a little bot to tell you that. I refuse to believe a company as big as Google can't have people monitoring how active YouTube channels are to see if they work or not. I feel like that has to be a requirement. So you're seeing people get unsubscribed, unnotified of their favorite YouTubers, and they're like, what's up? What's going on? I didn't do any of this stuff. Oh, well, it's because of a purge. We messed up. And then it seems like it doesn't happen or it happens without them being transparent about it. Sometimes people will just get unsubscribed for no reason. And I understand there's glitches and it's a big website. These things happen. But you're Google. You're the site. It is YouTube. It's the site. This stuff should not be an issue. And if it is, it should be corrected very quickly. And I know that it's difficult work. I'm not disparaging people that do that stuff. I'm not smart enough to do that stuff. I'm just a guy with a microphone. But it happens a lot. It happens more than it should. And it makes me think, one more thing to rant about. The fact that when I subscribe to a channel, that's not enough. I have to subscribe, then click a bell to get notified when they make videos. Why isn't subscribing enough? It's silly to me. So it makes me wonder, when are we going to have someone that's a legitimate competitor to YouTube? Now, there's Vimeo and Dailymotion, which are good for Dailymotion. I like because it's more for filmmakers and artists, and they can charge for it, so you can give money to the creators. I think that has a specific place in video hosting, and I think it's a good, useful tool that's not YouTube. Vimeo, I don't know about that. Metacaf, if you're really desperate. But there really isn't a big one. And the closest competitor is Twitch. But Twitch is more about live streaming. That's more about being in the moment and being there. I mean, they have VOD stuff, but I used to do this. I'm not sure if it still does that now. But it removes videos after like 2 weeks. And it is strictly about being in the moment, and it's about live streaming, donating, giving people money, giving tips and all that during being a part of the moment. But there isn't like a real big one to combat YouTube, and I want to see that happen. I think the time has come where we have to have a legitimate competitor to YouTube. And I don't know if that's going to – I don't know who's going to do it, but I think somebody should do it because – like I've said, I think Google's gotten complacent with YouTube, and I think it can only make the product better if they go out of their way and they say, okay, this other website's coming in, they're pulling in people. I mean, just imagine if another website pulled out somebody like PewDiePie. That'd be insane. That'd be nuts. That would make YouTube go, oh crap, they're pillaging our talent. They're taking our talent. But I want to see, and I'm not going to do it because I love Derek. I don't know his ability to create a video hosting site, and there's only 2 of us, and I don't think we have the time or manpower to manage something like that. But I want to see something that does the same YouTube model but does it better, and I think focuses more on creators than what YouTube does with advertisements. And I know that at first it doesn't make a ton of sense business-wise, but I think they invest more in creators and invest more on saying, look, we're not going to censor you. We're not going to stop what you're making. Come over here and do the content you want to do. Don't worry about advertisers. We'll figure that out. We'll take care of that stuff. Awesome. I think that would be a great wake-up call to YouTube because you're seeing so many YouTubers not use YouTube as an income, and they're going to Patreon, and they're doing it that way. And I'm thinking, why not combine that effort of Patreon and add that and the things that are it's a Frankenstein model. This is a pitch to somebody who's smart enough. I want payment, but it could be all those things. You can make it a Frankenstein thing because as much as YouTube wants to be a Twitch competitor, it's not. Twitch is so much better live streaming. Why not add that aspect? Why not add the aspect of giving tips and things like that and creators, but still having video on demand? And it's something like that needs to happen because that's the only way that YouTube is going to snap out of it. You need competition, legitimate, real competition, because it's going to force you to innovate. It's going to force you to become a better product. And I think that's the only way forward. I don't know who's going to make it. I don't want somebody like Blaze or Daily Wire or Daily whatever. I don't want like a conservative outlet. I don't want it to be political. I want it to just focus on content creation. That's who it should be, and that's what it should be about. I mean, it can work. You've already seen examples of this in gaming, where you have Steam, and if you're not a gamer, Steam is like the big name storefront for PC games. You go and buy a PC game, you buy it from Steam. That's the thing. It's like the App Store or Google Play. It's like that. It's that big. And then on the other side, you have Epic Games, the guys who made Fortnite, good guy Epic. They said, you know what? We're going to open up our own storefront for PC games. Epic Game Store. That's all it is, and they sell stuff there. And it is a legitimate competitor to Steam. Steam is shaking in their boots now because they're making moves, and it's making good competition. So I can only wonder what Steam is going to have to do to stay in business. And it needs to happen. YouTube has fucked up too many times. I think it's time that somebody comes in and says, hey, this is how we're doing things. This is what we're going to do to be a competitor to YouTube. And it's going to I think it's going to be only better for content creators. That's honestly what I want. I want it to be a better ecosystem for all content creators, even Gavin McInnes and Alex Jones, anybody. I want it to be better for everybody.